Welcome back. Today again we are going to talk about FastAPI, and we are going to learn to create HTML page with a form submission. So this is my continuation to FastAPI module in Python. So if you have not seen my first video, please watch. So this is my channel, and I have created the first video for creating FastAPI API. So basically in that video you are going to learn how to create your first API using FastAPI in Python. Okay, so if you haven't seen that, you can watch it from here. Okay, so you just have to go to my channel and then you can watch this video. So I assume you have seen that. So once you have done that, then we will continue here. Okay, so in this tutorial we are going to create an HTML form using an API. So here basically we are creating a page where we are entering any data, let's say username or let's say test or anything. So once we enter this, the data is sent to the server and we get the response from the server. Okay, so this is a simple kind of a client server architecture using an API. So that's what we are going to create. Okay, so what we need is we need three things. We need Jinja2Templates. So if you have it installed, please install Jinja2, pip install Jinja2, and then you also going to need VN virtual environment, and then the Python multipart. So make sure you have all these three modules installed in your system. And also before that, I assume that you have already installed FastAPI based on my first tutorial. Okay, so I have documented everything on my website as well. So that's what we are going to do today. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll just assume that everything is installed. So what we have to do is, so from FastAPI import FastAPI. So this is, we are going to create the app using this, and then again you can simply import form as well, and at the same time you can also import request. Okay, and then from FastAPI templating we can import this Jinja2Template. This is what we need for using the index.html as a template. Okay, so what is our first step is to create an instance of the first API class, so that will allow me to instantiate the object. And of course you can always give any kind of title if you want, like my first app or anything, that is optional. Okay, so once we do that, we have already seen this in my first video. So we'll simply say, let's just create the get method. So we are going to create this entry point. And you can either create it on the root itself, or you can say, let's say main page. Okay, and then we are going to write the function, so load main, or you can say main page. So here what we are going to do, we are going to create the page, the HTML page. Okay, so we are going to pass this request as a argument to this, and with the type request. And in this we are going to use the template. So basically now we have to create an object of templates using the Jinja2Template. So here we have to specify the directory where your index.html or styling sheet files will be present. Okay, so this is the folder, like basically this is the folder. So make sure you have a folder inside where your current program is getting saved. So let's say if I save this, I have to go to my download this folder wherever you want. So let's say my first HTML or anything that you want to give it a name. So this is my application name, program name, and then inside that there should be a my folder. Okay, inside this there should be a my folder or whatever folder you want. So here only you are going to create your HTML page. Now this can have anything, like you can create the page as per your choice. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to get the templates dot template response. So here we are going to return the page. So we are going to return this, and then in this what we are going to return the index .html, like the whatever we have created. Okay, so index.html, this should be the name of your file. You can give whatever you want. Let's say I am giving index, let's say my index, whatever it is. Okay, and then from here you can, the second one, you can give the request. That request will be the response from the server. Okay, so now here, now this can be in a double quotes. Okay, so this is the request which we are passing, and that will be sent from the server. Okay, so now what we are going to do is so this is the main page. Okay, so we haven't yet created the form, we haven't created the input fields and all. Okay, so if you simply save this and okay, so basically let me just, this is the previous one, so I'll just close this. So now we are going to run this. So basically we'll use python -m, so uv-code, I think you have seen this in my first tutorial. So uv-code and then the application name, which is first HTML and then :app. So you can always use the -- reload option. Okay, and of course you can use -- host as well to launch it at a particular host name or a port number, but we are going to use the default one. So you can see the server is running on my default 127.0.0.1 and the port number is 8000. Okay, so now you can say it is running. So let me try and check whether my page is loaded. Okay, so what we do here, we run this 127 and what is our name, I don't know, let me check. So throwing some error, let me go back. So the name of this is root. Okay, no, it's main only, but then it is throwing some error. Why it is throwing error? So you can see here myindex.html not found. Exactly, because it is looking for myindex.html file in the my folder location. So see, it's really important when you get error, you get to understand what is missing. Okay, and what is the importance of this templates that we have created and how we are making use of the HTML file that we are going to create. Okay, so now what it tells me is that we have to create an HTML file in the my folder location. Okay, so this is how we set up using the templates, and that whatever we create now here will be our template. Okay, so now what we do, we go back and create my index. So what we will do, we'll go here and create new file, and then let's say let's say, doesn't matter, just give it a text file, and then you can say saying HTML, you can select it, no problem. Okay, so then we'll just simply say HTML. Okay, so we create this. Either I can directly copy paste it here to show you, but then just wanted to show you how it works. So I'll just save it to my folder location. It should be here in this folder because this is where your template is pointing to. So make sure you and here the name should be the same as what you have given in the code. So myindex.html. Now if you see this is referring to myindex, and it will be able to connect here. So now what I will do is I'll simply use my previous one because we don't want to waste time here. So I assume that you have a basic understanding of HTML. So this is my HTML. Okay, so I'll just save this. Yeah, and then now it is able to, it is referring to my index file. Okay, so now what is going to happen is I am going to, okay, so here basically now I'll run it again, and if I now load this, and then notice, see, it is running again. So we go back here and we run the main page. So you can see it has loaded the HTML page. Okay, so it has a label, or you can say a text input. There are two text input, and then there is an enter button. So this will basically act as a form submission. So now what we are going to do, we are going to go back here and we are going to understand the code. So I think these are all clear, but then when we are writing the form tag, in the form tag there is an action. So action sub form, then in the method we are going to write the post method, so which we haven't written here. See, only we have the get method. So now when we click on the button, there is an action subform which should be triggered, but it is not written here. And then we have the two input elements, and then we are going to submit it. So now at this point, if I click on enter here, not found. Why? Because we don't have any subform. You can see here in the terminal, it is clearly showing that there is no method involved. There is no method. Okay, so we have to write the method. So we go back here and we write our app.post method. Okay, because in our HTML also we have this post method where it is going to. In the post method, what should be the action? So action, that's why it should match with the action that you are writing here, subform. Okay, should match with this, and then of course you have to deal with the path. Okay, and then you write the function. So let's say whatever you want, you can call it, submit form or something. Okay, so now here, now what is happening? So whatever you are sending from the text input, the name of the text input is where the variable will come from. So the name you have to specify. So name is username. So that's what we will give here. So we will define two variables. So one will be username, and that will be string, and that will come from where? It will come from the form. Okay, form class, and we have to keep that 3 dots here. So this is the syntax. So it is coming from the form. Similarly, you can also give password as well. So again, this password variable should match with the what do you call the name that you have given in the HTML. Okay, and then again it will be type string, and it will be what? It will be coming from the form submission. Okay, so now this is your function. So what we are basically returning here, we are going to return. So we get the value. Now you can do like as per your choice. So let's say welcome welcome username. Okay, so something like this, username. Okay, so yeah, so if you now just save this, so maybe something is missing here. Yeah, so form and then comma password is equal to, okay, so this is a type here, so you have to keep colon. Okay, now if we save this, so what is going to happen? Now let me go and check and run this again. So now this is our main page. So now if we just enter anything here, let's say technical lab, which is my channel name, and then the password, whatever it is, I don't care. So now if you press on enter, you can see it is going to subform. So your form action is subform. So if you go here, the form action is subform, and the method is post, which is written here in this function. And this Python decorator is changing the method, then changing the behavior of the function, and it will be triggered on the post method. Okay, so it should match with the subform. Fine. So now we are getting the username, and you can see here the same, whatever you enter in the username field, that is being shown here. Okay, so this is how the form submission works. Now you can change the code as per your choice, like whatever you want, it doesn't matter, but this is the basic architecture. So you are sending a data using form, and then it with a post method, and then your API should have a post method with the same path, and this path should match with the action subform. Because see, if you give a action here, something else, and if that action is not found, again it won't work. For example, if I just save this HTML and try to let's say go back to main, and then this is your page. So let's say subscribe subscribe to channel. Okay, and then whatever you enter here doesn't matter, so enter. Say not found. Why? Because here the subform action is not found, so it should match with the action. And again, I can show you, like for example, the name that you are using here. If you are using in the what do you call in your API, if you are using a different string, okay, let's say if you are using a different string, a variable name, and which is not sent from the form, then again it won't work. Okay, so what we are going to go here, and then let's say we load the main page, and then like our channel. Okay, please use the password. So if you just say enter, you can say is missing, the field required. Why? Because the data that we are sending from the HTML is having a variable username, but here it is not coming as the same, so it should match with that. Okay, similarly you can make a check here if password, okay, so password equal let's say test, okay, then only return like this. Else you can say return, return, you can say invalid credential. So that is up to you. It's all now logic, but main understanding is that we have to do like this. So invalid credentials. Okay, so now if we do this and go back to our page, so let's go back to main page. So if you see, just like run like this, there is nothing, because we haven't defined anything at the root level. At the slash, there is only, we have a get method on the slash main, that's why it is not giving anything. So when we give main, then it is saying please subscribe technical lab, okay, please subscribe, or whatever it is. So let's say Shankar, and then the password. So if I don't give anything like this, so it will say invalid credential. If we go back again, it was test, right? So if we just enter now, it says welcome Shankar. So this is how you can create an application. You can create a form submission using FastAPI, and everything is documented here on my website also, shankarbhagat.com. You can refer this also, because if you need any documentation, you can always go here and use this. I have given a detailed understanding of everything, and then you can see I have given the meaning of reload and everything, like what is the use of reload. Okay, so for example, what it will do, it will help us to making change in the code and changing results without restarting the server. So it will automatically restart if you are making changes in the code. Again, you can use host and port to make it run at a different IP address and port number. You can also run it on your own IP address. For example, if you go here and simply do IP config, so basically this is your IP address, and you can make it run on your own host, and then you can go to your mobile and run it, access it from there as well. Okay, so this is the use. Okay, so yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you, and we will come back with another advanced APIs, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.